Today on Growing Idaho, the legislative session is underway. Your lawmakers are facing the daunting task of getting the state over some tough challenges. And what's the main cause of a lot of those challenges? You guessed it, growth.
My friends, the state of our state is strong. We do face challenges.
And a lot of those challenges are because of the state's growth. In fact, the big battle this session is going to be over potential cuts to Medicaid and people's health care. In his State of the State address to open the legislative session, Governor Brad Little talked about how inflation and our state's growth is driving that.
Families and businesses across Idaho are grappling with rising costs, particularly in health care, and states everywhere are feeling the same strain. In Idaho, a fast-growing population adds to that pressure.
The governor is recommending a $45 million general fund reduction in Medicaid expenses, he says, to keep healthcare affordable and maintain access for everyone. Other Republicans want to repeal Medicaid expansion altogether, while Democrats want last year's cuts reversed. Speaking of last year, to help with the projected deficit, the governor mandated 3% cuts everywhere, except
we were clear on one thing: K-12 schools are not subject to cuts,
which was music to the ears of school districts across the state. Unfortunately, Superintendent of Public Instruction Debbie Critchfield says with inflation and the state's growth, just keeping funding where it is can feel like a cut.
Yes, you hold it at the same level, but we have rising operation costs. Gas costs more, utilities cost more, those types of things. So there will be adjustments at the local level, but knowing out of the gate what the governor is signaling, that we're not going backwards as far as a reduction, is a very important thing to call out.
But I asked Critchfield what her advice would be to parents and students across the state who are worried about how those adjustments or cuts might hurt their education.
Not to panic. That's always a good thing. I think one of the great characteristics of locally elected boards, they're reflecting the priorities of their community and align your dollars that you get with the priorities that you have.
So it's all the more important to keep an eye on your local school board's decisions and those of the state legislature, which we'll help you with right here on KTVB.